For me, every single director that I've watched inspires me in some way or another. I pay homage to Spike Lee, and I wanted that in the teaser. Like Regina King putting up her hand and pointing that way. That's from Malcolm X. I just bow my head because I believe we're all children of Spike Lee.
Here I come.
Jay-Z was working with me on The Harder They Fall. Before I even opened Final Draft, we was already powwowing about what the film is, what it could be, the story that will tell, the reason for the film, almost like to just bring balance to period storytelling where it includes people of color and women. But I'll be writing the script and I'll be at particular scenes and then I'll call him and we'll walk through a scene and he'll be telling me his viewpoint of why a person doesn't pull their gun there. And then he'll give me a story from his childhood. I'll be like, I'm gonna change the names, but I'm gonna steal a bit of that.
The hell are you doing? That ain't nowhere to board or train, you damn stupid nigga.
You know, he might could have said nincompoop.
We ain't no nincompoop.
Regina King, she's a director. She's a multifaceted, all-around artist as far as I'm concerned. And she just related to the statement that the film was making, to what she didn't like about Westerns and what I was doing to write it. And I think she just resonated with me as an artist. You watch that film, you'd never think that a few of these guys had not ridden a horse before. I was watching like Zarcy go ham with the shotgun. RJ Kyler was sending me videos of him on roller skates, spinning his guns, doing gun tricks while he's skating. Jonathan Majors has always ridden a horse. He turned the whole living environment of Santa Fe into a cowboy town. And one time I went up to him, he gallops full speed with no hands, shooting enemies on target. After he'd done that, I was like, how the hell did you do that? And he looked at me on his horse and went, I never did it. I can't ride a horse. Matt Love can. Get! And rolled off. Bars!
Slow.
My favorite genre has always been Westerns since I was a child. I don't know why, I was just drawn to them. I think because they were so real, I could just relate. However, the scope, the viewfinder that we've been presented with Westerns our entire lives has always been too narrow. If you are a woman in the Old West, they always paint you as subservient, right? Just the movies that Hollywood gave us, women were always subservient or weakened in some way. If you were a person of color, any color, you were subservient. Though I loved the particular stories I was being told through that narrow scope, there was no room either side of it to look around. And I wanted to look around and get all of these amazing other stories.
Where is it?
Where is who?
Your boss.
My boss. Clearly, you don't know me.
I think for me, the key to getting a Western right is don't think of it as a Western. A Western is literally just a setting. And you know, when we think of Westerns, we think of people talking slow and this town's only big enough for the both of us. We think of all these stereotypical tropes, whereas no one spoke slow at any point in history. The only two people that spoke slow were John Wayne and Clint Eastwood. That's because that's how they speak in real life. Everyone else in those particular movies spoke regular, fast even. So the key to getting a Western right is dispel everything you know, or everything you think you know, about what the Old West was, and just treat it as if it's modern day. You stay in the parameters of the environment and just tell a story as you would do if it was 2021. So my new West is really making it as close to what I believe the human experience is, as opposed to a narrow viewpoint. And in doing that, I wanted to assemble a cast that's so hard that if you didn't like a Western, you'd see that cast and be like, oh, I'm gonna watch that anyway.
I don't particularly enjoy violence. That being said, you are currently in company of extremely violent individuals.
Jump, mother. Well, I wanted to do something entirely new with the Western score. And I didn't want to tread any area that has been treaded before, sonically. So my whole thing was, I got Barrington Levy, this legendary reggae singer, and he had this song. When I was a child, I used to hear this song called Here I Come. And he goes, I'm broad, I'm broad, I'm broader than Broadway. Still yally, 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 whoa. Sing. Still yally, 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 whoa. Sing. Here I come.
Sing. Here I come.
And when I used to hear that song, just growing up, I'll always hear horses galloping to his still yally, yally, yally. This is cowboy music. It's just that that genre has never met a Western. But what if that genre meets a Western? What if like dub meets the Old West? I've never experienced that before. When there's drama, you hear like jing, 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 jing. It's dub as opposed to
My guns go bang. I can make the guns go bang.
A new day is dawning.
With the Harder They Fall soundtrack, I assembled the artists for the soundtrack the way I assembled the cast of the film. I wanted to put artists that you don't necessarily see together or that you would never see together, to have the Fisk Jubilee Singers in the same sonic landscape as Sean Carter, in the same sonic landscape as Back Row G from the UK and Lauryn Hill and Fatoumata Diawara from Mali, Laura Mvula from the UK and Myra Andrade from Cape Verde, and to bring all of this together as a celebration of just the human experience. Not just the Black experience, but what it actually is like to be a human. No human being walks down the street like this. Everyone looks around. Everything around us is all of our experience. So I don't want to be served a movie that is just, give it to me wider and give me everything, which is the Harder They Fall. Told you I'm bonkers.
Really?